Good morning. Today we're doing an SEO audit of riversidestoneworks.com. Howdy, my name is Kiram from Clear Imaging, and I've been doing search engine optimization since all the way back in 2003. I'm doing this today because I want to give you my knowledge so you can grow your business. The goal of this audit is to 1. Find SEO mistakes on your website, and 2. Give you the solution. I just want to make it very clear, this is just a brief 10-minute SEO audit. We will not have time to cover every point as there are over 100 different ranking factors, but we will be able to go over the major things so you can make some big changes. So let's start right in. Here we are, homepage. First thing I like to look at is the amount of text on the homepage. So if you want to dominate, you need at least 500 words or 500 plus. When Google is comparing your site to your competitors, one of the factors it uses is amount of quality text. If they have more than you, then they can rank higher than you. For instance, if you have one page about retaining walls and your competitor has 10 pages about retaining walls, each with 500 words plus, they're going to rank higher than you. So long story short, let's get 500 words per page to show Google that you mean business. Now, we have quite a few service pages. Let's open some up. So not only the home page, but every page on your site should have it. You know, the contact page, whatever, no problem. But for your main pages, you should be getting 500 words plus. So we have some service pages here. Your heading up there, got a subheading here, subheading, and they all have keywords in it. Pretty darn good. You're probably at 400 plus words, pretty decent. All right, pizza ovens, similar situation. We're probably around 400, which is fine. This is good. This is better than most, but as I said, better than most doesn't necessarily equate to number one in Google. The only way you get to the top is by doing way more than most. So, domination, in other words. But good start. All right, let's go back. And then I notice we have a security certificate. This is important. Good job for getting that. That helps. If you don't have it, you get a slight penalization by Google. Other points to look at, I see you have a testimonials page. It could use some more content. It's a bit thin. This, by the way, I'm sure isn't dynamically updating every month, so you should actually put the date. Because if this was a year ago, it's no longer true. So make it easy on yourself. Actually put the month and the year. People want to see testimonials within the last 30 days. So give them what they want. It's going to build more trust. You're not building trust by not putting the date. You want these pages to work for you. So go ahead, put the month and the year. And every time you get one, put it on the site. You really should expand on this page. It should be very deep. It should have well over 1,000 words because you're just adding all of your testimonials here. It's also good for your SEO. Other things to look at. I see you've got your social media happening. This is good. That way Google can associate all of these accounts with your domain. So that's important. Portfolio is empty. This is an issue. People want to see your work. They want to see what you've done. It's going to build trust. It's going to help close the prospect. So let's, 2 photos, a one before, one after. You don't need to get into a whole thing where you have this pool and you're taking this angle. Oh, but what about this angle and this angle? And you end up with 50 photos of the same pool. No, you don't need to do that. Literally one before, one after is sufficient to get the idea to your prospect that you did some good work. So let's get some photos happening. Also, it shows Google that you're staying fresh, you're adding content, and the website is being worked on. Let's get that going. Other points to look at. I see we have an article section, which is great. Got some content in here, 4 pages. And I'm assuming they have 400 or so words. Good stuff. So this is how you can win in SEO. Is by creating this kind of content. But I want to check with you on your understanding of all this, in that if you were the only landscaper in town, then this would probably do it. If you had no other competitors, within your service area, this site would probably be good to go. But if you have others around, you have to compete with them. And the way you compete is by dominating. You don't compete, you dominate. So you can do that by making more content than them, considerably more content. So if you have if they have a 20-page website, you should have a 50-page website, in other words. So, SEO, great. 4 pages a year, not your SEO strategy. 1 page a week, maybe. One page every 2 weeks, absolutely. It's all about creating more content than your competitors. You should really double down and get the article section really overflowing with content. You can never have too much content. You can always have too little. So let's really get this going. Show Google that you're here to dominate with lots of unique quality content in your article section. Don't put it in services. That doesn't make sense. You have 1 page per service. That's how it works. And all the bulk of your other pages go in the article section. Now, of course, you can hire an agency to write that content for you. So you can work on the business and not in the business and not have another job on your plate. But if you want a free strategy, since you are in landscaping and service-based, there's a strategy I like to tell you where you get a job, right? You get a job to do a fire pit or a retaining wall. You write up the description of the job, type it up. You write up the materials needed, the skills needed, the talent needed, and then you have your day-to-day on the job site, whatever you're doing. You just type up what you did, bullet points. No thinking, just documentation. This is what we did today, X, Y, Z. Next day, this is what we did today, X, Y, Z. Maybe a paragraph a day. And lo and behold, throw in a testimonial at the end and you have several hundred words, all done, free. You didn't have to think, you just documented, and bam, you're piggybacking off the content that your company is making. Your company is making products. It's creating things. It's servicing people. That can be documented and turned into content for your website. But it does require discipline, determination, continuously, right? If you don't have that in you, of course, you should just hire someone to write the content. But I really want to tell you about that strategy because it is something you could do. Moving along, here we are on Google. So we're almost at 10 reviews, thank goodness. That'll be a nice day when you get to 10 finally in the double digits. However, if we really think about the big game and think about the right order of magnitude, you don't want to be a company with 10 reviews. You want to have a minimum of 100 reviews. You want to get in those triple digits. You want to show people you're serious. Of course you're serious. But people tend to go with the company that has more reviews. It's just human nature. If I was looking at you here and there's a guy in your city who's got 150 reviews and he has the same star rating, I'm going to feel safer going with him, and you might be a better company. It's human nature. Let's not fight it. Let's work with it. Now that you know that, let's get those reviews, get aggressive about it, reach out to your past customers. If you can't be bothered, of course, Clear Imaging can help you with that. We've got some software where we text and email them for you from your past customers. But in 2020, you really got to get these reviews going. It's going to increase your sales. Also, it's going to move you up in Google because the more reviews you have, more people will click on you. Google looks at that, and then Google actually moves you up towards the top. So there's a lot of benefit in getting these Google reviews. Let's double down in 2021, review generation and content creation. So in 2021, review generation, content creation strategy. And then you can really rock and roll and dominate. Other points to look at. That's basically it. I hope that was helpful for you. Of course, this is us, clearimaging.com. As I said, it's just a brief 10-minute SEO audit. We can't cover every point as there are over 100, but we did go over enough things to give you some ideas to make some big changes and get your site moving up in the search results. And if you've been watching this and you've been thinking, I don't have time for this. I want these guys to do it for me. Then we can certainly help you with that. We've been helping small business owners get their websites moving up in Google since 2004. And we only employ 100% ethical SEO techniques. And we do offer advanced SEO services that can dramatically increase your rank in Google. So please speak to your account manager about that. In regards to this audit that we just did, if you want me to clarify anything or expand on anything. I would love to give you more knowledge, more strategies. I'm here to help. So don't be shy, just let me know. All right, so until then, thank you very much and take care.